Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. All the links will be in the comment section below. Let's get right to it. Reuters, 2 days ago, did an interview with the new person at the top of Tokyo's FSA. That's the Financial Service Agency. They are Japan's top financial regulator, not only for regional banks, but also for the cryptocurrency exchanges. And this gentleman by the name of Mr. Endo, he's 59. He joined the finance ministry in 1982. From 2015 until last month, he oversaw the country's financial firms at the FSA's Supervisory Bureau. And before that, he ran its inspection bureau. So in regards to cryptocurrency exchanges, I think many people were wondering what kind of hand would he have, a light hand, a heavy hand? Was he going to change the strategy at all? He says that the FSA was trying to strike a balance between protecting consumers and promoting technological innovation. And of course, it basically took a tougher stance towards the industry after that $530 million theft of digital money from CoinCheck occurred in January. And from the FSA inspections, they did find that there was some sloppy management at many of the exchanges and that some of them lacked basic internal controls to protect users and prevent money laundering. So as a result, some exchanges were ordered to temporarily suspend operations. But he goes on to say, we have no intention to curb the crypto industry excessively, and we would like to see it grow under appropriate regulation. So that sounds just okay, no red flags, and I think because sometimes Japan is looked at as a poster child or a template for the rest of the world, I know that whatever the FSA does, the whole world is watching. Okay, we've got another mining rig coming out of Japan. It's a Japanese company. The chip, or wafer if you will, was actually made in Taiwan, but it's going to be the second one coming out this fall. And we did learn about this one by 111 called Kamikaze in April, but it looks like they are on track. So they plan to ship samples this month in August, and it'll be mass produced from October. Listen to this. They aim for 10 million chips per month in fiscal year 2019. But the one thing I really want to point out is this particular rig has a 50% reduction of energy consumption. That is a really good thing. Okay. So I get a lot of questions all the time. What's SBI doing? Well, they've been a little bit quiet in regards to XRP and Ripple Asia since July 31st when the Q1 reports came out, which was really great information. And we do know what their roadmap is all about. But I haven't seen too many announcements in regards to XRP or Ripple Asia, except now on the 22nd, out of the SBI Ripple Asia portion of their website, they do make a new announcement, and it is about 51 companies that have formed a new consortium. Now, this is not a banking consortium. This is a securities consortium. I have the list. It will be in the comment section below, so you can look line by line everybody who is participating. They had a second official meeting, and this media, CoinPost, attended and was able to get in two questions, one about cryptocurrency and one about XRP/Ripple. So I just want to first say that there are three things that they've outlined. One is they want the consortium to create a standard KYC process, and it's actually quite good. Right now, as you know, when you go to a new trading platform, you have to go through the KYC process. And then if you decide you want to change platforms or you want to go to an additional platform, you have to go through that KYC process again. And what is proposed here is that within this consortium, you only have to do KYC once. And then, so this is how it is now. From A to B to C, you have to go through that identification process, the Know Your Customer process, 3 different times. But the proposed way is to do it just once, and then everybody in the consortium will use that one-time proof of identification and verification, and you can jump from platform to platform. It's great, I think. Very smart. And the lead for this particular project, like I said, there's 3 projects they're working on, is Rakuten. Rakuten is like the Amazon of Japan. It was founded by a serial entrepreneur by the name of Mikitani-san. And they've got a good person in that lead. Then, secondly, is to raise efficiency by incorporating more AI. And that is going to be led by SBI. And then thirdly is the introduction of a very solid DLT. So the distributed ledger technology is something that Kitao-san wants to actively implement. And they're going to look at case studies, they're going to look at outside experts, and they're going to look at proof of concept. And they're going to then incorporate that for all of the people within the consortium to be not only efficient for their businesses, but also to provide better service for the users. And here are the questions. So CoinPost got 2 questions in. This first question here is there going to be any cryptocurrency in this plan, if you will? And Mr. Kitao answered back basically, well, DLT is a form of cryptocurrency, so I guess you could say we are using some form of cryptocurrency, and it should go wider. That was his answer there. And then they asked quickly again, are we going to see anything with Ripple or XRP? And his answer was that it will be left to the working group to decide. Okay. In that list of 51 companies that make up the consortium, there is a company called One Tap Buy. It's very interesting. I just thought you might want to see this. For basically 980 yen a month, and that's about $10, you can participate in a fund of the top 30 companies from NASDAQ and or the top 30 companies that are listed and publicly trading in Japan. And I thought, this is just really great. Not only is it great that they're offering some options for trading companies in America, but they are doing it so you can participate for just $10 a month. How great is that for people who want to be active and want to participate, but they might have the concept that it's just too expensive to be in this space. But no, it's not. And take a look at the American companies. So within the 30 companies chosen, Amazon, Apple, Alphabet, Boeing, Caterpillar, Cisco, Tapestry, Coca-Cola, Costco, Disney, Exxon, Facebook, Gap, GE, GM, HP, IBM, Intel. This one is Heinz, Kraft, McDonald's, Microsoft, Nike, P&G, Pfizer, Starbucks, Time Warner, Twitter, Tesla, Visa, Xerox. It's a good list. Okay, there is a fight breaking out over Bitcoin Cash, and it just might split the code. Now, I'm not bringing this to show some dirty laundry out there. I know we have a little bit of infighting at times in this space, but this is possibly has some ramifications for two reasons. One, not just because Roger Ver works and lives in Tokyo. He splits his time between Tokyo and St. Kitts, but that's not the reason. He just did an announcement where he's going to roll BCH as a payment option into thousands and thousands of convenience stores here in Japan. So anytime you split a community, I just wonder how that's going to affect the overall support. And then in addition, SBI Holdings, in their last Q1 slide report, they showed that they are going to go after 30% of the BCH mining. So anytime you have a split in the communities, it does have an effect. And in this case, there seems to be the person who's leading this opposition is Craig Wright. And he is the CEO of nChain. He is also the cryptographer who claims to be Bitcoin's creator, Satoshi Nakamoto. Yeah, I'm not going to go there in this video with that information. But one of the things that they are clearly divided about is the use of atomic swaps. So the software includes a suite of upgrades, including a smart contract feature that would support atomic swaps, a way of trading from one currency for another without traditional exchanges. And they seem to be divided in that, along with a few other things. So I'll put the link to this in the comment section below, but it was mainly because I think the split is going to have some ramifications just outside the typical avenues of infighting. If they do split, or if the split does take place, it's going to be called Bitcoin SV, Satoshi's Vision. And you can read about the reasons why they are going to do it. Again, I'll put the link to this in the comment section below. Just a couple of days ago, this is the video I was talking about where Roger came out and made the announcement that the Bitcoin Cash is coming to tens of thousands of convenience stores in Japan soon. So I just hope that, what do I hope? I just hope that the division doesn't, well, I don't know, actually. I'm going to watch this story carefully. This is just a link to the announcement when SBI said it was going to put more investment into Bitcoin Cash. And this was something that was made very clear in his last Q1 report, but this is an article that talks about that in greater detail. And I just couldn't help but mention also that Vitalik Buterin, who has a real axe to grind with Craig Wright, tweeted something kind of cute. He's got a good sense of humor. So the BCH community should not compromise with Craig Wright to avoid a split, and should embrace it as an opportunity to conclusively ostracize and reject him. He just doesn't mince his words. Bitcoin Craig, as he calls him, BCC, can go take the ticker symbol that is now from the defunct cryptocurrency to which it is a fitting successor. So if you remember, the BCC was the original ticker for the scam that was part of BitConnect. Sorry, just had a brain freeze. So yeah, I just think, okay, guys, let's stop throwing rocks. Okay. And speaking of these swaps, Ripple, just 2 days ago, it was announced, is going to be included, or XRP, I should appropriately say. I know there's so many of you out there that really are so strict about keeping that separate. I understand, but sometimes when I'm reading the article and they use the word Ripple, then Ripple just comes out of my mouth. So they are going to incorporate XRP as a cross-chain swap with other assets soon on the Atomic wallet. So this is a good thing. The multi-asset custody-free wallet, Atomic Wallet, has revealed in their tweet this week that it plans to support cross-chain swaps between assets listed there and, they say Ripple, XRP. Atomic Wallet has a decentralized order book and an Atomic Swap exchange. This wallet, I think, holds 300 coins. Yeah, the wallet is lightweight and comes with the support of more than 300 different ERC20 tokens. But they are going to provide the XRP with that swap option. So you'll be able to, it looks like, swap between Litecoin, Qtum, and Bitcoin. Yeah, it was building an external system for the cross-chain atomic swaps, which allows users to bypass the centralized exchanges. Yeah, this is just really great technology. Okay, just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that. You probably did. Okay, that's the news. Except for, I want to make a special recognition to a gentleman by the name of Vinyl Wasp. And let me show you what he wrote on my comment section yesterday. It's very long. I'm not going to read it to you, but it was one of the very best answers ever to something that was bugging me, and that was the announcement of the MoneyGram and Visa partnership, because it was confusing to me that if MoneyGram was a Ripple partner, why is it that they were announcing the partnership with Visa when Visa clearly was using the VisaNet platform? So this is great because there is a gentleman and he's a subscriber and he's a great guy because he took the time to really write out a wonderful enlightenment for us to understand Visa. He is an ex-employee of Visa, and so he really understands what's going on when it comes to the technology and the VisaNet structure. So if you saw yesterday's video, great. I hope that you saw his answer. If you didn't, I will put it down in the comment section to this video, and please read it because I think it's one of the best bits of information that we could ever hope for. It was a miracle that he put this in the comment section. So I want to just say thank you very, very, very much. Okay. And that leads me to my point. Oh, I'm just a little bit on the big side up there. Sorry. But that's okay. I'm not going to bring myself down. I'll do it when I go to the next screen. When I got the announcement yesterday, or not the announcement, the comment from Vinyl Wasp, I thought to myself, wow, this is really an example of when two heads are better than one. And I really am so thankful that the community in crypto, for the most part, is very supportive and helpful. And I think there are many times where if we all work together on sourcing answers and overcoming questions that people have, we'll be all the better for it. And I wanted to introduce to you in the fluff story here, this is an expression in Japanese, Sannin yoreba monju no ichie. And it is the same as two heads are better than one, even though it is three, but it means the same. You can't directly translate Japanese to English and English to Japanese. So when we say two heads are better than one, the Japanese expression is this Sannin yoriba monju no ichie. And if you look at the kanji are the actual forms of character writing that originally come from China. They are so deep in their meaning. So if we look at the individual components that make up that saying, you can see that three persons who gather for some sort of plan or figure, style, art, literature, sentence, you can see it's so broad. But basically, when three people gather to look at something that is of a plan, particularly, especially, exceptionally, wisdom comes in the form of a blessing. So that is what that saying means. And then if we take this part, just those two kanji, this is monju. And monju is actually referencing one of the most important disciples of Buddha. And so Monju Basatsu is considered the wisest of all the disciples of the historical Buddha. So in this symbolism of wisdom and enlightened mind, students in Japan pay homage to Monju in hopes of passing school exams. And this is a piece actually in the old capital city of Nara, and it dates somewhere between 794 and 864. So you can imagine how old it is. And he's very often seen riding the top of this shishi, which is a guardian kind of lion dog. And in Tokyo, there is a temple called Yakushima. And it is one where students go to pray just before an exam. And I wanted to introduce to you what these are here. In Japanese, it's called ema, and it's a prayer board. So when you go to the shrine, you buy a prayer board, which might cost you somewhere between $5 and $10. And then you write your wish on the backside and then hang it and leave it behind in hopes that your prayer or wish is heard. So this is a link to the ema they call a wooden wishing plaque. Yeah, you can call them whatever you want. Sometimes people call them prayer boards. in this particular article, they're calling it a wishing plaque. And the Emma are wooden plaques that you can buy from a shrine or a temple, and then you're encouraged to write your wish and leave it at the shrine in hopes that it comes true. And according to this article, it says that this is a Shinto custom. Shinto is the religion that is indigenous to Japan. But, however, as traditions of Buddhism and Shinto have been combined over the years, and yes, they do, the indigenous Shinto and Buddhism do have very often sometimes a blend or a mix. And so it's not uncommon to also see these Emma at the Buddhist temples too. And it is put also for you on this website, the history of Emma. So the word Emma is written with the 2 kanji characters, one for picture and one for horse. E-ma. And the horse is seen as a vehicle of gods. And during the Nara period, which is the same period that we just looked at from that statue, people donated horses to shrines so that the gods would be more likely to listen to their prayers and fulfill wishes. So, however, horses were expensive and people couldn't afford it, they used horse figures on the wood or clay or paper instead. And this is how the wooden wishing plaque, traditionally with the picture of a horse, was born and are still used today. Yeah, so actually you can find Emma in the shape of many different things now, sometimes contemporary manga style. And this is kind of fighting spirit with Dharma. He is the Zen monk who is the original founder of Zen Buddhism. This is a kitsune, which are the guardian fox. This is actually one in Kyoto. I've been to this one that has this Emma. Yeah, okay, so there is your Emma information. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging in there with me. And thank you again for everybody who leaves comments in the comment section to help share information, because it helps everybody. Vinyl Wasp, your comment you left yesterday meant so much to so many people. Really, they did. I heard a lot about it on Twitter. Okay, everybody. Take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.